Well, I haven't been making videos. I've been really busy at work, and to be quite honest with you, winters are kind of boring here in New England. I have been trying to have a little bit of fun, though. I recently bought the Avata, and that was my first introduction to FPV, so learning to fly that. Started off with the motion controller, getting a little comfortable with that, and then I switched over to the regular controller because, well, eventually I want to learn how to fly an acro or manual, and I'm not at that stage yet, but I'll make a video on that. My first attempt at flying with the Avata, let's just say, I learned how to get the motor started with the motion controller and learned how to take off, but I did not learn how to land it. I also didn't understand when the battery went low at 30%, it would just start to come back to me. So I crashed into my fence and blew out a propeller, hitting the grass. Then my next introduction to it, my next crash was a little bit different. Moved over to the regular controller, started putting in sport mode, flying around. And I went through these two stupid road cones like 1,000 times, and then I made a real novice move and hit one. And that was my first introduction to turtle mode. But anyway, I seen a meme once that up here in New England, it said Mother Nature's, weather temperatures throwing out like Powerball numbers, something stupid like that. And these last couple weeks couldn't be exact, equivalent to that. So about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we're talking single digits overnight, highs in the low teens and 11 degrees, stuff like that. And then today it's like 50 degrees. So breaking out the boosted board. Now, truth be told, I haven't ridden the boosted board in well over a month or so. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I ride for fun, I don't ride for transportation, and it's been brutally cold. The weather has been very pleasant. But today, how can I pass it up? I'm on vacation this week, and we're talking about today and tomorrow highs in the 50s. In the 50s. Up here in New England, December, winter, Christmas break, highs been in the 50s. Feels more like spring break. Anyway, riding today, and it feels good. And there are sticks and winter debris all over the bike path, so we'll get a ride in, just not sure how long and how far. This is my first time with any kind of an FPV drone, so this is my introduction to it. Now, I am not in manual or full acro mode just yet. I am flying comfortably now, hitting the gaps with the regular controller. Using the motion controller when I first bought it, didn't have the regular one, took a couple weeks to get that thing. But now that I had it, I've been committing to it, so I can get eventually to manual mode. But the winter, I'm getting lucky and getting a break with the temperatures being warm now, but it's brutal, man. It's just, I don't know. It's fun and exciting, don't get me wrong. When I first bought my very first Mavic, every second I got to put it up in the air, I did. And I kind of get that same thrill with the Avada. Now, I don't not enjoy flying like GPS drones. I love them. I love getting pictures, videos, all that other kind of stuff. But there's something different about flying FPV, the excitement, the quick interaction, the high speeds, hitting gaps, challenging yourself. I am hitting some severe trash all around this bike path. Oh, this sucks. But anyway, challenging myself to go faster and faster without destroying it. So that's been fun. It has been. But that being said, I have to hit the simulator a little bit, just get comfortable with the sticks, and then I'll start doing the manual. But I really want the warmer weather. I'm tired of my hands freezing. My fingers almost wanting to fall off my hands. Okay, so for some reason my main camera unit is not working, so I'm going to my backup, the Action 2, to film this part of the video. We are now at the portion where we're going to make a maiden voyage with going manual. I came to this wide open park, Chase Farm. Very little to no people out, which I was hoping on a gloomy day like today. I just don't want any incidents. So I see this going one of three ways. Either horrifically bad and the drone gets broken or gone, or bad and the drone does not get broken or gone, or it goes fairly okay, which is I'm hoping for the latter. Anyway, gonna get the drone up in the air. Let's see how it goes. So going in manual for the first time today was an epic fail, and here's the reason why. I did not set myself for success at all. Going into a simulator, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, 10 to 15 minute sessions is not going to do it for you. Number one. Number two, when I did put it up in the air, and as you can see by my flight, it didn't look very good. A couple of reasons. One, I was getting a remote controller stick error. Now, you have to go into the settings and first switch it from the controller, first from sport to manual, so you have access to the manual when you flick the switch, not by hitting it by accident. Secondly, you also have to go into the gain, and that's the one I forgot to do, or didn't realize I had to do, and turn that off. So this way you have full tilt on the drone itself, so you can get your full control over it into manual. Now, I believe that's why I was getting that error when I was up there. Either way, I mean, the simulator. For those of you that golf are going to get this analogy, I kind of compare it to going to the golf range and hitting off the mat. You think you're hitting a good shot, and you're not. Now, I was flying pretty good in the simulator, but if I was really being accurate and not treating it like a video game, every one of those crashes that potentially makes the screen a little bit red is actually a crash. Now, to what extent of the damage? Well, it depends on how fast I was hitting it. Needless to say, if it was real, I would have destroyed that drone, I don't know, a dozen or 2 times. Not quite ready for full manual at that point. Not if you want to fly responsibly. Because when you think about it, I mean, flying out there, there could be a person walking around or some kind of property damage, and that's just something I do not want to do. I want to do it to have fun. Now, buying the Avata for me wasn't about going into FPV or flying manual. It was because I wanted to do some of those one-take shots, and for that, you don't need manual. Flying in normal mode or sport mode is quite enough to get that kind of shot. And that's what I was most interested in, as well as going kind of fast and hitting the gaps. And for that, you don't need manual as well. You can get all that with the motion or with the regular controller. So I am very happy. Now, does that mean I do not want to fly manual? No, I'm going to keep practicing. I'm just not in a rush. But that all being said, I am having fun with it, and I'm going to continue to. And I would say by the spring, summertime, I will be confident enough to be flying a manual with this thing. And that's my goal. Do some more simulating in those cold, wintry days when you're kind of stuck in the house and you can't fly or ride the boosted boards or anything. I'll put some extra time into the simulator. But again, I'm not in a hurry, so I'm not going to do jam sessions just to get out there to fly manual for stuff that I really have no interest in doing. I want to enjoy flying this thing and get comfortable flying at higher speeds and gap in regular mode and sport mode with the controller and the motion. Most controllers are really cool controller to have fun with. But that's it. This is my first video of 2023. I plan on making a lot more this year. I want to have a lot of fun with this channel. I want to, experience so much stuff that I can this year. And we're on our way. So here we are, January 2nd. Happy New Year to you and your family. Hope you'll enjoy the holidays, and I'll catch you in the next video. If you do want to discuss anything I went over today or did not touch upon, hit me up below. Let's have a great conversation. If you enjoyed the video, give me the old thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Later.